Welcome back to the Intersint podcast. This is episode 53 and... What is this?
I had to.
Is this why you went to the store today?
Yep.
Wow. I'm surprised you didn't buy the party poppers where you pull the
I
string.
couldn't find them. I was looking all over. Stupid 4th of July being after Mother's Day.
Oh, we should have bought them in preparation for it.
True.
That's
Next year.
hilarious. I was wondering why you were getting all giddy over there, like waiting for me to say it. For those who don't know, this is our 1 year episode.
Yeah, we did it.
It is surprising that we've been doing this for 1 whole year.
1 whole year without any breaks or anything.
0 breaks. Like, even when you went to Hawaii and all this other stuff you had to do, like, we were working so hard.
We recorded so much.
I feel like we've always heard the thing of, like, a new podcast is usually, like, never makes it to episode 10.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of hard work.
It really is.
To do 53 episodes. 1 whole year is just like, holy hell, this is crazy.
So this will come out the day after our 1 year upload.
Yeah. Just because of how things work out with us recording and then it going out, yeah.
Yeah, but like I feel like not a lot of people know like what goes on behind the scenes after recording, just to even get this out there.
No, it's you listen to something online or you watch a YouTube video or something, you're like, oh yeah, that's like how easy that looks. And then you try and you're like, wow, this is so much hard work. I mean, this actually just happened to a lady at my work who also is starting a podcast, probably listening. Hi.
Hi.
We also had the same exact conversation about like, you don't realize how difficult this is and how much time it consumes until you get into it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, with that, I mean, yes, it is our 1 year episode.
It is.
But this will also be the final one for a while.
Yes, it really will.
I mean, it was not done.
No. Like, don't get us wrong. We're not ending this at all.
No, it's just, it worked out really well that our 1 year is coming up to where it's like, okay, we should finally start taking a break.
That and like, there's just a lot of things happening in our lives that constitute us needing a break.
Yeah. Especially lately, it's like you've been getting stressed trying to get things done.
You're being past the point of stress.
I'm just so exhausted trying to get these episodes out because we're trying to juggle so much behind the scenes that we're kind of just fitting in the podcasts
as we go, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty as needed, but it's also like we're doing everything else and then the podcast comes last. It's like I need to get this stuff done, so it's like squeezing it in at the end of each day.
Because we used to have like a good chunk recorded, or not a good chunk at least, but we did have like a 2-week backlog.
Yeah.
At least. And now like recording the week of, or at least like the week or 10 days before we're releasing it.
Yeah, or it's like the night before it's supposed to go out, I'm up at like 11 at night finishing up things and uploading it online so that we can get it on time. Which, I mean, that's part of the hard work and the time that goes into this. Sometimes that's what it takes.
Exactly.
I mean, even with Rooster Teeth, I remember watching their videos of like behind the scenes. It's like 2 a.m. and they're still trying to get videos to upload to put out for the next day, like, or for that day, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is a full-time job, basically. Doing this all on your own is a full-time job.
So, I mean, us already having full-time jobs, then coming home to work on a full-time job.
Exactly.
It's exhausting.
It is.
So like you said, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that we're not getting into, but we figure it's a good time to like take a mental break, step away and pause the podcast for a little bit. I'm thinking December is roughly when we might come back.
Right. Yeah.
It's like December or like very beginning of the year, we're going to be coming back.
And I wanted to say, like, we're not complaining at all. Like, this has been one hell of a journey that we've been on. Trying to like figure our stuff out too, like what we want to be, like what we want this podcast to be.
And I guess that also going off of what you just said, it's like the whole point of this was to make fun of like news articles and find funny things to talk about. But the news has been getting so depressing lately. It's like
there's like nothing on the news now to make fun of.
Yes, how do we make fun of this without going too political? How do we make fun of this and without like going too dark into it with like, because there's not really much to joke about. So it's like,
I mean, we can. Is just our kind of humor isn't well suited for everybody.
No.
So just trying to like tone it down to make it cater to everybody.
Not even that though. It's like just topics where it's like I don't feel like it's right to joke about this stuff. So
yeah, that too.
So I think it all works out perfectly for us. Like taking a break. Let's see where the news is at. It'll like cut up. But I mean, with that, we've got 26 subs on YouTube already with no marketing.
With no marketing at all. Yeah, I'm proud of us.
Yeah, that's amazing. So thank you to anyone who has subscribed on YouTube just because you happen to see our stuff and wanted to listen to more of it.
And to the few people who have continuously watched our shows, watched our shorts, anytime we put it out, we want to thank you.
Yeah. Don't unsubscribe because we're coming back.
No, not at all. Please don't. We will be back.
But yeah, so aside from all that, we went on an adventure yesterday.
We did.
For those who don't know, there's a place in Seattle called Pike Place.
Yeah.
It is a huge tourist area.
It's pretty much, I wouldn't say tourist trap, but it's a very big tourist attraction.
I mean, it's where the original Starbucks is.
Yeah.
It's known for the fish markets, but it's just like swarmed with people.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much all day.
Especially on the weekends.
Oh, yeah. So you've never really been there.
I've been there once for about an hour because we were really little. We just moved here and we wanted to explore. And my dad was like, okay, let me show you this because everybody goes here.
Yeah.
My parents, juggling 3 kids at the time under the age of 10, they got tired very quickly. And so we didn't really explore.
All right, we saw enough. Let's go.
That's enough. Let's go.
And pretty much same with me. Like I came in, like flew here before moving here. We went, and again, I don't think we really went to that many places. We just looked around. We went to the gum wall, and then
that's about it.
Yeah. So like you and I, we went through a lot of that.
And I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of what it is.
It's crazy because we kept walking into areas where I could have swore we already walked and we were in a completely new area.
Oh, yeah.
How did we get here? Where are we at now? It is a maze of just like stairwells, hallways, little nooks and stuff of like shops. So much is going on in this one little area.
Exactly. And then like you look away for 1 second and you miss a shop. Like these things are like can be very tiny too and just hidden away.
I loved it. It was such a great experience.
See, I feel like if we didn't have jobs and we didn't have the show, we didn't have any responsibilities in life, I would be just at these places.
Oh, same. Like I realized, especially being there, that's what I miss about being back in Pittsburgh because it wasn't as compressed as that area is. It's spread out over a city, but just the chaos of just like all these little shops and just so many people walking around. You can just go somewhere and just relax inside this small cafe with all these people. And then, which like we say it's a tourist area, but as we were walking around, there were just normal like people who actually live there. Just
everybody goes there. Yeah.
So it's not necessarily like just for tourists. It is just a very popular market area.
You liked going to places like this in Pittsburgh. I was ripped out of that at such a young age that I don't know what that's like. Like I grew up in a big city, yes, but I wasn't really like allowed to go on my own anywhere.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I remember like the only time I was allowed to go to like explore on my own basically was like my mom giving me money to buy like vegetables from like the farmer's market down the street. And then she's like, don't spend it on anything else and bring the change back home.
You just come back with candy. Like, all right.
I did. Do you remember those little tiny like Winter Fresh packs that was like 5 cents?
No.
And it had like just 3 or 4 like sticks of gum in it. It's like this big.
No, I don't remember that at all.
Really?
No.
I'm finding this. Wait.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it only has like 3 or 4 sticks of gum in it. There were 5 cents from what I remember. And after I was done getting the stuff that my mom wanted, there was a Walgreens right next to it. And me and my brothers go, okay, let's spend the rest of this cash somewhere. No, but then going off like my point of like not being allowed to like go places, like even here, I didn't have anybody at the time. Because when I moved here, no one wanted to be my friend. Like legit, no one wanted to be my friend.
That's just Washington in a nutshell.
Pretty much, yeah. And then like as I got older, it's like, yes, I could have gone on my own, but I was still under control.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I get that.
But like yesterday made me realize like I like doing stuff like that.
It's like a controlled chaos. Like there's chaos going on, but you're in control of what you're doing in that chaos.
Exactly, yeah. And if you want to like step away, you can step away, go back when you're ready, and like hide in a little corner if you want.
Like even that one coffee shop where we got the free mug, which okay.
How?
We need to talk about that.
Yes.
You told me about this one coffee shop that we've happened to just find. If you wanted to get back to that shop, I don't know how to get back there.
Yeah, I don't either.
We just walked into this one hallway, down some steps, went up some steps, around a corner, down a hallway, into this alleyway thing, and then we found this
coffee shop.
And I know it sounds confusing on the audio recording. It is that confusing walking
It really
around.
is.
Even yesterday being down there, if you're like, oh, let's go back to that coffee shop, I'm like, which way did we go to get there?
Yeah, all I know is that it's next to the big sign with the clock. That's all I know.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't even know that part. You know, for anyone who's ever been to what was it? Is it the Winchester House?
The one in San Jose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever been to that, it's like that. Where you just have these random hallways that sometimes go to a dead end, but there happens to be a shop down there, and like that, the stairway going up to that coffee shop, it was just abnormally short of a ceiling.
Yeah, and tiny too.
It was.
I mean, I didn't realize it because I'm already so short. I feel like you had to like duck down a bit, right?
I ducked a tiny bit. Yeah, I'm like, where the hell are we going? Because
are we gonna die at the end of this tunnel?
So we get there, and then we're waiting in line to get coffee.
Yes.
And you see a thing that says like, "Oh, get a free gift if you sign up."
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be a pastry, like, "Oh, here's a free like."
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
You do this form, you get a free coffee mug. You know, like maybe it's a picture of a coffee mug, or it's a teeny tiny miniature mug,
like one of those espresso mugs. Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense, but you convinced me to sign up too. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever.
It's free. Go for it.
We get legitimate full-sized coffee mugs.
Yeah.
For free.
Now I kind of want to go back with my 4 other burner emails and make a set of it.
Just keep going back throughout the day or throughout the week.
Oh, that's too far.
The only thing I can think of that where it makes sense to why they can get away with this is because they're making more money selling your data that you just provided them instead of what the cost of is for the coffee mug.
I guess, or they make so much money from profiting off of the tourists that their business model allows for them to do that.
I get it. They're nice mugs too.
Oh yeah, they're like legit like ceramic mugs.
So we got free mugs out of that, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyone who does visit Washington, you're probably gonna have this on your list to go to, but
no, of course.
Just be prepared that you're probably gonna spend an entire day walking around this entire place and getting lost.
But like it's the fun kind of lost because you don't actually get lost.
No. You're
like if you get lost, there's always just something like, oh, let's just go down this corner.
Yeah. And then it's more like, okay, well, let's just go up the steps, and then you go up the steps and you're up on the main level. All of a sudden, you're like, okay, well, now we're here and we kind of know where we are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Looking at all this stuff, like it makes me would love to live there, like down in that area, to go buy all my fruits, buy food down there all the time.
Yeah, because there's like bakeries down there. So you're set for bread, you're set for fruit.
Fish, if you like fish.
Fish, yeah. Like there's vendors down there making food, so you can just go down there for like lunch or whatever. There's like a Target right across the street if you need like frozen stuff.
We went into the Target and I never saw pretty much every single aisle locked down.
Locked up.
Like they needed employees around just to unlock the aisles for people to buy stuff.
I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's kind of like, is this really necessary?
I think it's one of those telltale signs of what kind of area you're in.
Exactly. Yeah.
When everything is behind glass and you can't get to it.
I mean, it makes sense. It's downtown Seattle. There's a lot of issues with downtown Seattle now.
Yeah.
That it just warrants something like that, but it was just kind of sad to see.
It was, then we go to Chinatown.
Oh yeah, we do afterwards.
I knew you were gonna love this one store there.
Well, that was the whole point of going, was for that one store that you talked about on the show too.
Did I?
Yeah, you talked about how you went to that Japanese
store.
Yeah.
Whenever I went down by myself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, I want to go, and you're like, okay, well, next time we're in the city, we can go there. But then it came to the point of like going to the city for just one thing didn't make sense for getting an all-day ticket for the train. So we're like, let's just make a day out of it.
So you go into that store, and I knew you were gonna like it in there, but then you were running around to all there.
I was so happy in there. I was like, oh, if there's like a place to like just sit down and relax too inside, I would just stay there all day.
Oh yeah, imagine if they had like a little coffee shop in there, like a little seating area,
or like just even like beanbag, like rest area. You could just chill. Because I doubt you can bring like food and stuff in there, which makes sense. You can't really. There was a sign up there that I saw. So just to like have a place to just lay down and read a book if you want to.
And you got a lot of things you needed.
Yeah.
And some things you didn't
need either.
You fell into the thing of, oh, I like this, so I'm going to get it. And then
I feel like if I ever go to Japan, I'll need a separate suitcase just for shit I will get from there.
100%, yeah.
Like, I'll have to take my carry-on and then just a giant suitcase.
If you ever made the announcement that you were going to Japan, your friend who has lived in Japan would be like, okay, here's the entire list. Here's everywhere you need to go, and here's all the things you need to do. Go here, go here, go here. You definitely need to see this.
Nani?
Does she, wait, I don't know this. Does she speak Japanese?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Fluently.
That. Next time we hang out with her, I want to hear her say something.
Yeah.
Which she listens to this too, so
yeah.
Next time we hang out, you're gonna show us.
Well, you're gonna show him.
Oh, you've heard it.
Oh, of course.
I mean, granted, living in Japan, you kind of have to.
Yeah, for like 2 years almost, I think. A little over 2 years.
I'd be more surprised if you didn't learn Japanese while living there.
I feel like I couldn't. Then again, it's like I don't know off the top of my head, but I feel like living there for like even just a year is not going to be enough to learn at all.
Not learn at all. It's a very complex language.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the advantage. You're already bilingual.
True.
So your brain is already wired
to learn any language.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a guy at work who knows, I think, Thai, French, English, I think Spanish. I'm like, dude, how do you know all these languages?
Yeah, really? What the hell?
I think it's just one of those things of once you open up that gate of knowing 2 languages, learning more is not a problem.
I guess, yeah.
Like, I've tried so many times to learn Spanish.
It's the easiest one.
It is.
You just have an American complex. It's okay.
Hey.
You bleed red, white, and blue.
No, I don't.
Caca.
What does an eagle sound like?
Insert eagle screech here.
Which you told me like the eagle screech isn't even the real thing that we hear.
It's another falcon that does that screech.
And then
if anyone out there really wants to know what an eagle sounds like, just look it up. It's the absolute most hilarious thing ever.
It does not match how great the bird is supposed to be. It's like we chose that bird to be our the staple of like America, and then we heard it sound and we're like, oh, that one's not gonna work.
Do you know what what America's bird was going to be?
No.
A turkey. The American bird was going to be a turkey.
That is hilarious. I like that one.
Could you imagine now?
I'm just imagining
the American seal having a turkey instead of an eagle.
That's what I'm imagining. You have a dollar bill and it's just a fucking turkey head on the back of the bill. It does. I see the logic behind that.
Yeah.
But that is not a powerful bird at all.
No, not at all.
I wonder who was like in that meeting and they're like, okay, I like where we're going with this, but you know what? Look at this giant thing flying in the sky. How about we take that one, not the one who can't fly?
I want to say it was Ben Franklin who came up with the national bird should be a turkey.
It's crazy to think about how the forefathers and whatnot, they were like late 20s, early 30-year-olds.
Yeah, they're our age pretty much.
Could you imagine us
running a country?
Going somewhere via boat and just running a country?
Let's try it out.
Or that's just like
there has to be an abandoned island somewhere.
Let's just become pirates and we're just gonna take a boat and then let's take over an island.
Yes. Look at me, I'm the captain now.
And then we've quickly realized we don't have any of the skills necessary to survive and then we just die.
Yes, Croatoa.
What?
Croatoan?
Oh, that old civilization that like just disappeared.
In Roanoke, yeah.
Imagine having a time machine and you go back to that moment.
Would you want to?
To see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to see like what happened to them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it'd be hilarious if like those people left on a boat and then the instant like the boat broke the horizon line, they're like, wouldn't it be really funny if we just moved right now?
Let's go to Canada.
They just moved. That's all they did. The people come back like, oh no, what happened to them?
They're gone.
Just the best prank of all time. That turned into this whole mystery over the world. It's what I've said about like Stonehenge, how it would be hilarious if Stonehenge was literally just a group of people who are like, hey, let's just put stones up in the middle thing. It's like, why? It's like what if it's just meant to just confuse us in the future and like make us question it? like an artist, like, I'm just gonna throw paint at a canvas. It's like, but what is it? I don't know, but someone's gonna interpret this a weird way.
They can figure out the meaning behind it. I'll disagree.
Exactly. But then we were heading back from all this stuff. We're like close to being home to our station.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy starts yelling on the plane or train.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna die.
I don't know why, but it's so terrifying being on a train, just hearing someone getting angry and yelling.
I've noticed it, or like I've experienced it on the bus. You get to witness that, but you have so many other college kids on the bus with you that you just feel safer.
Right.
But then hearing this yesterday on an almost empty train, I'm just like, will I die today?
The same thing about being in Manhattan on their subway system.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like at night,
yeah.
You get on and you're like, is this gonna be where I die? Because there's a lot of sketchy people here. So like we're going, and then this guy just starts freaking out and yelling, "Stop the train!" Which from my position is hilarious. Like, if you stop the train, where are you going?
Exactly. Like, what are you going to do at this point?
Imagine being on a plane and that's stop the plane. Stop the plane. Sir, we are thousands of feet in the air right now.
So we are over the Atlantic Ocean right now.
So here, like, he forgot his backpack at the platform.
Which I'm okay. I understand it. I get it. It happens. At the same time, how do you not realize it?
Yeah. I mean, it could just be very tired and you just were in a rush and you forgot it.
Well, like for me, like if I'm tired, I will always have it on me. True. And I would just sit down. Yeah,
or just like always have it on your lap and not off to your side.
Or like if you're going to stand, put it on your shoes.
No, I agree. But we also think logically in situations like this.
Yeah. Hindsight.
So he's like yelling at the driver, like pushing the button to like yell at the person.
To talk to the operator. He's like banging on the door to the driver's like area.
It's like, even if the guy was able to stop the train so you can go get your backpack, are you going to run down the tracks to get it?
You can't.
And do you think the train is going to be waiting for you whenever you get back?
What do you think this is, Uber?
And it made me think, like, is he used to riding on buses? Where it's like, oh, stop the bus and the bus will stop and then you can get off.
Yeah.
And he was so pissy too about it. It's like, you're mad at the conductor because you left your bag.
Because you left your bag, exactly.
You're just blaming other people for your fuck up.
I think that's the part I found the most hilarious.
Anytime I see that in life, just someone else taking out their anger on someone who it doesn't even relate, like they're just doing their job and you're the one who messed up and you're mad at them about it.
But the thing is, like, and this has happened so many times on the news of like drivers being shot and killed for no reason at all.
Oh, I've always heard those stories.
Because there was one that happened like a few months ago, and that was like, and that's what kind of set me on edge a little bit. Just because you never really know, like with anger, how far someone can take it.
Yeah.
There was another incident that happened in Seattle. Somebody was arrested, I want to say at SeaTac, a fugitive arrested at SeaTac or somewhere around that area. From SeaTac, he ran through the terminal, boarded the light rail, was shackled at the wrists and changed at the waist, evading 2 prison transport agents, and got on the train.
No one questioned just seeing this guy in handcuffs running on.
No one questioned it. They just urged people to call 911.
That's all.
We lost our fugitive. Can you help us find him?
That reminds me of the military losing their plane. It's like, can you help us?
Oh, yeah.
We don't know what's happening.
Help us, please.
I love the image of this guy being like handcuffed with the chains and whatnot, standing on the platform waiting for the train. It just other people like looking around like side-eyeing. I'm like, it is Seattle. This is a weird place, so we're not going to question much.
I mean, that also tells you everything you need to know about Seattle. Nobody gets into anybody else's business at all.
It's like, hey, it's not my job. If this guy wants to go, then he can go.
How do you allow for them to get out of your... You have the guy. Why are you allowing him to let go?
I feel like there's protocols in place where that shouldn't even be a possibility that could happen, right?
Yeah. I mean, like, because you have him shackled at the wrists, right? You have the chain around his waist. Tie him to you.
Sounds like a toddler.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which, speaking of, inside the Japanese store when we were there, I felt like I needed a leash on you because, like we talked about like a couple episodes ago, you were standing right next to me, and then I go to say something to you, and it was like you were Chris Angel, and you just disappeared out of thin air. I'm like, where could she have gone in that split second?
I hear.
So like I'd like go around the out. You were far. Like I don't know how you managed to pull that off. You were like right beside me. Now I understand how parents lose their baby all the time. Like
what?
Not with you. I'm just meaning.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you mean with me.
Like you know how they have their child next to them. They're like, oh, I'm gonna look away for a second, and the baby's just gone in that second.
I'm an adult.
Except you can move faster than a baby, so you can cover more ground.
Anyways, so aside from our little adventure down to the most wonderful place on earth, I fucked up so badly. I think it was on Thursday.
What?
I was doing so well. I was so proud of myself. I'm always so proud of myself every single time I bring fruit home. Safely tuck it away into my little fridge. And just waddle off like a happy little coconut. I go to put my strawberries and blueberries away. I put the strawberries back in the fridge. I go to like take the blueberries, but there was like our fridge was kind of like filled up a little bit. So I took the gallon of milk out to put the blueberries on top of the strawberries. Severely miscalculated where that box was. It started slipping down, so I like try to like use my chest to like stop it, and I miss. And it just bursts on the floor. I'm like, I made it all the way home. Why? My blueberries.
The worst possible design of any container is the blueberry container.
Which is the same as a strawberry container, but it's more like that's more durable.
Because they have the little pop corners in the strawberries.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
Blueberry containers are like the most fragile things. I've been in the store and I picked up a blueberry container and the lid popped open and blueberries went everywhere. And I'm like,
no.
I'm not buying that one now. And I've picked up another one.
Excuse me, sir. Can you clean this up for me?
The amount of times I've gone to like self-checkout to just blueberries all over the floor because someone else went to scan it. Because they don't put the barcode on the bottom of the container. They put it on the top.
Exactly. Yeah.
So people tilt it upside down to scan the barcode and blueberries just go everywhere because of it. What is it with these blueberry manufacturers? Like, we're going to fuck everyone's day up with these containers.
Exactly. And then like, it's one of those things that, like, if you smush them, it's everywhere.
Yep, and it stains things.
Yep. I feel so bad for the workers now, just having to deal with all that.
You know what the easiest solution to this is?
Make better containers.
A piece of tape.
A lot of them do, actually.
Do they?
Yeah. I've gotten containers of blueberries with tape on it.
I don't.
Well, it depends on what brand you get.
I guess, is tape that expensive that not all brands can afford it? It's just one tiny little...
Yeah, really. It's one little stick of tape.
Yep.
Just one little like piece of tape.
That's
all you need.
That's all you need. And then everything is secure and we don't have to worry about these messes.
Same with eggs, actually. Eggs should be doing the same thing.
We need better like padded containers for eggs.
Yeah.
The amount of times I'm so paranoid putting eggs into like my basket or something. Because I'm just expecting to get home and just all of them are broken.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta be so fragile with carrying it from your car to your place because you're like, oh, if I bump this off the wall, I'm breaking like 5 of them at least. Like, thank you, nature, for putting a shell on this, but it is a fragile shell. Have you ever thought about that? Like, who looked at an egg and was like, I'm gonna eat that?
I do now.
There's a point in history where we just didn't have eggs. So who came up with that idea?
Let's see. Who was the first person to eat an egg?
Is that even something that you could search for? I doubt like that's even...
I just found it.
Wait, really?
It's impossible to pinpoint the very first person to eat an egg. Timeline notes that humans have enjoyed eggs for many centuries. China and Egypt show birds being domesticated and laying eggs for human consumption around 1400 BCE. So I guess in like the prehistoric times, like caveman days.
Yeah, so they just got curious and decided to eat it.
I'm on Reddit.
Oh no.
Which I don't understand why Reddit is always the go-to for everybody.
Yeah, it's all just bots talking to bots half the time.
And we all just take it as a true story.
Yep.
So, top answer on Reddit here. The question is, who was the first person to eat an egg? Answer, Fred and Wilma Flintstone. Eating a dinosaur egg. Yes, that is correct.
That's canon. That's how it all happened.
Have you ever had caviar?
No.
Would you want to?
No.
Same.
Especially because I've seen videos of like people having it. It's just like if you have it on do they have it on bagels? What do you eat caviar on?
Bagels, I guess. Crackers.
But that's like a giant fucking like paste of this. Ugh, it seems like too much.
Yeah.
My whole philosophy on food is say like salmon.
Mm-hmm.
I love salmon.
Yes.
But if we go somewhere and there is a salmon cooked, but it is still the entire fish with like its side section opened with where you can pull the meat out.
Oh, like the scales and everything and the eye.
Yeah. Then once it's like that, I'm like, I can't eat this because
it's looking at me.
Yeah, it's looking at me like cut it up and then I'll eat it after that.
Skin it, cut it up, clean it, and then I will eat it.
That's how I feel like, especially when we were at Pike Place, looking at all those giant ass fish. Which, first of all, if you bought one of those, how are you getting that home? Because it is a full fish.
Especially if you take the train. Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
We're sitting on the train. Between both of us, we're holding this giant salmon that we're like... This is Timothy. We were bringing him home.
This is Timothy. Timmy!
Have you ever had... Damn it. What's the name of that? The squid. Calamari.
No.
Oh. Typically it comes in like a ring form, like an onion ring.
I've seen, yeah.
But there's a time I went to Canada visiting friends. We got calamari, and it looked like it was baby octopus. Like you could see their tentacles and stuff. And I'm like, I can't have this. This doesn't...
I can't have this. See, this is why me being vegetarian, in a sense, pescatarian, comes in handy.
It does. Well, no, you could still have calamari, right? Squid. It is technically a fish, I think.
There is differing opinions on that one.
Oh.
Some people say, yeah, go ahead. Some people say don't.
That was one thing that always confused me about vegetarianism, because like I'm more or less almost vegetarian too.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It's so weird how it's like, oh yeah, don't eat animals. You can only eat vegetables and fruits and grains, except for fish. Go ahead and have fish. It's like,
so pescatarian.
Yeah, it's like that's still a living creature. Why is that okay?
Because they don't have brains.
Do they not? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. It's a jellyfish that don't have brains.
Jellyfish are the one thing that will always fucking confuse me of how that thing lives.
You said you've eaten one before, right?
Yeah. Don't recommend that one, by the
way. I can tell by your face.
Ugh. Every time I think about that day, this was beyond years ago, I can still just, the texture in my mouth is just...
I hate how, like, the worst foods ever to exist to you will always remain in your head, but the best foods that you've ever tasted will never remain in your head.
Or they're never as good as you remember.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, I love this thing. I'm going to go ahead and have it. No, it tastes, it's like, it's okay.
It's mid, yeah.
It's mid. Dude, the jellyfish was like, they put in this sauce, and it's just like, I mean, it's out for people to eat, so I can assume that it's fine. It's like you're putting a spaghetti in your mouth, but when you bite, it pops. Like, so every single bite is like popping in your mouth.
Why would you say that? Because now that reminds me of popping boba.
Almost, yeah. but it doesn't taste good. That's the other side of it. It's weird how taste buds are just so dependent on just the area you live in.
Or the culture you're brought up in, yeah.
It makes me think when we went to Costco the one time, we found that durian ice cream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, I do want to try durian. Like, I know people love it, but I feel like you have to be born in the area where that is prevalent.
Yeah.
And eating it as a child to actually enjoy it.
Or like if there's like a small sample of it, like with the honeycomb.
Oh yeah, we finally bought honeycomb.
We did, yeah.
We wanted to buy it for like years now.
A year and a half now, yeah.
But the one store where we were going to go buy it is like, what, $40?
And like no matter where you go, it's going to be that expensive because obviously it's like the bee's home.
The bee's home. Hopefully they do it in a
humane way.
Humane way, yeah. Where you're not just destroying their house.
Yeah.
So we went to this honey shop and we're looking around and they had little like bite-size
samples, yeah.
For like $5. I'm like, well, instead of spending 40, let's just spend 5 and split this one.
Exactly, yeah.
And it was just honey.
There's just a shit ton of honey and then like, it felt like caramel.
Oh, like the waxy part? The
actual honeycomb. I don't think I'll ever get it again.
No. I'm glad we only spent $5 on this small sample because I don't know what I was expecting, but when we ate it, I was like, yeah, that's honey. Like we just had honey. It's honey with a little bit of chewing gum left over at the end.
Exactly, yeah. How many licks does it take to get to the center of the honeycomb?
But yeah, I mean, to wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
We now have a new pope.
We do. Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me in my bed every Sunday.
I love how, like, obviously traumatic for a lot of people, but the instant they said, like, oh, the pope has died, all I could think of was the black smoke from Eurotrip. And they're like, oh no, the pope is dead. And just to see the amount of people referencing Eurotrip.
Oh, yeah.
Because I guess this must have been like the time back then of like, I found that movie just randomly in a Target whenever I was younger.
Okay.
Never saw any advertising for it. I'm just like, oh, what's Eurotrip? And I just bought it. And it was so obscure that I thought just no one really watched that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, because I referenced that movie at work and the girl who sits next to me got it.
Yeah. I've done the same thing and other people got the reference. I'm like, wait, people have actually seen this movie?
Yeah. I mean, not granted, I never saw it. I remember seeing it on a shelf, but I never was allowed to see those kinds of movies. So I just never watched it.
Until recently,
yeah.
Which I'm so glad. There's perfect timing of you finally watching that movie and then this happening. Because like,
oh, yeah.
You get all the references now.
I get it now.
Which is like the new pope is now American.
Chicagoan, yeah.
Which is like, of course, America has to be involved in everything.
Of course. Of course.
Deep dish is now the official pizza of the Vatican.
It's not even the Vatican anymore, it's Buc-ee's.
This is a rebrand now.
Yep. The amount of memes that have been popping up now, I love it.
I love the idea of just this new pope having like an accent like from Chicago.
Oh, because I don't think they're allowed to speak in their other native languages, right?
Oh, really?
They only have to speak Latin.
I didn't know that.
I don't know.
I didn't know there was rules to being a pope.
So it sounds like they can speak other languages, but they have to communicate in Italian and Latin for the religious stuff.
Weird. With this whole thing now, it made me think about like, what is the application process for a pope? Do you send them like a resume like, here I am for applying for pope?
Could you imagine a LinkedIn post? Seeking a new pope. New pope position open.
Available 20 minutes ago. And then it's like...
So you have to be ordained. I'm looking this up. You have to be ordained and you have to be a cardinal. You have to be a man.
Of course. Can't have no woman in there.
So yeah, I guess you just have to be a priest. You have to be baptized.
Isn't that the first step of being a priest?
Yeah, like you have to be like very involved in the Catholic Church.
But how does that go out? Is there literally a job posting thing, or like I would love to see the application process of, okay, we're looking for a new pope. I want to see like the Pope games where like all the popes compete.
Well, all the cardinals would compete to become pope.
have all the cardinals just fight it out. Just have a slap fight to see who survives.
Squid Game, Pope games.
And everyone has, like, instead of a gun, they just all have Bibles and then, like, holding it up.
So we all know the new Pope is American. I feel like there was this thing about JD Vance having some sort of beef with the Pope.
What?
Because he wants to use, like, his ideology to fuel his agenda.
Who?
JD Vance.
Oh, okay.
Now having an English-speaking Pope, an American Pope from Chicago, that's going to be very interesting to see.
Twitter is just going to be the Pope fighting with JD Vance nonstop. This is the new age where we're just having beef now on Twitter with the Pope and the Vice President. That's one for the history books.
Oh, I would love to read a history textbook from like 10 years from now.
10 years? This is go 100 years in the future and like reading about the history of like the US and whatnot. It's like, what the hell happened during this time?
I feel like at that point you'd read about the downfall of the US.
So this is how it started.
Yeah, we got some good years in there, and then it all went to shit.
I do like the idea of a Chicago. Anything better would be someone from New York.
Could you imagine a Floridian Pope? Could you imagine Florida man as Pope?
A mullet, Hawaiian shorts, and sunglasses.
A beer in hand.
Where are we going?
Wrestle some gators here.
Oh, that could be a movie.
Okay, we're taking that. We're filming a short film.
We always talk about, like, I think you and I had this discussion of, like, why aren't there that many good comedies anymore?
Oh, we did have that conversation.
That's a good comedy right there.
Yeah.
Like Florida Pope.
A stand-in for the Pope who has gone missing. It's like Weekend at Bernie's, except the Pope is not dead.
He's just missing.
He's just missing. But the only person who looks like the Pope is some dude in Florida.
The nephew of the Pope.
Just doppelganger of the Pope.
I'm just imagining like Joe Dirt. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
No.
Oh, here, let me.
That's the exact picture I was imagining.
I've pictured this, but just more Floridized. Floridized.
Yeah, like bigger hair, bigger beard.
The tank top and everything.
Beer belly.
I love this idea for a movie.
Can we please like pitch this idea?
We don't know who to go to.
We'll find somebody.
We'll send a message to who would we send? To like Adam Sandler. Like, hey.
Movie idea.
Here's my screenplay.
Ooh, you are doing a screenplay thing. You should do it.
I used to. I don't have the time for that anymore.
Well, now you do. Now this podcast is over for now.
It's not over. It's temporary. It's a little break.
Teeny break.
Tiny break.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, going off that, I think it's about time we wrap up.
I was going to say, let's start wrapping up here.
Yeah. So, I mean, like we said, going to be gone for a tiny bit. We'll be back.
Yeah.
We need a few months to
figure some shit out.
Figure our lives out. There's a lot of going on and just take a little mental break to just calm down.
Yeah.
So we will be back. It will be a few months, but and it'll be better when we come back.
And strong. Exactly. Stronger than ever.
All right. Well, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe if you like this episode. Go follow our YouTube and Instagram over at Intersint Pod.
You couldn't have gone through that without messing it up. This is the last one.
For a while. I know. I thought that too. I'm like, I almost had it for the very last one for a while. And so we'll see you in a few months, I think.
Yeah. And we'll post updates too if anything comes up on our socials. So be sure to follow that.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
I was like, are you going to do your thing at the end?
Of course.